What's up, guys? This guy was apparently fired for working slow. So let's see what he has to say.
All right, so here's the backstory of what happens when you get fired by the boss and how it gets to that point. And just to be kind of clear, I don't want to fire anybody because we're booked 3 weeks out. If I fire you, then that means I have to either A, go do the work myself, or B, like hire somebody else. And training is expensive. So for me to let somebody go is a really big deal because it negatively impacts our business a lot. That being said, I'm the one who hired this guy. And whenever he started out, he was assholes and elbows, balls to the wall, ready to work. Now, he got put with some inspectors, and, everybody can do good on a job for 2 or 3 weeks. And that's exactly how long he was here, was for 3 weeks. So if your performance drops once you feel secure in your job, then we're going to have an issue. Like that's not cool. The next thing is two inspectors.
Flip that out. Have to switch to the premium. Can't
All right,
be.
so here's the backstory of what happens when you get was put with some inspectors, and everybody can do good on a job for 2 or 3 weeks, and that's exactly how long he was here, was for 3 weeks. So if your performance drops once you feel secure in your job, then we're gonna have an issue. Like that's not cool. The next thing is two inspectors have to say that he's got an issue, and the issue has to be ongoing for a week. Okay. And then it doesn't come to me at that point. It goes to the office. And one of the office girls sits down and talks with him and says, "Hey, we've noticed that your performance has decreased. We're getting some complaints about it. Is there anything going on in your life? Is there something that's affecting your work? Is your mind on it? Are you having personal matters? Are there money issues? Is it something medical? Is it anything that we can help you with?" After that, there's really not a lot left to go on. What we do is we back up to training because it's either an effort issue or it's a training issue. So at that point, the employee goes back to remedial training. Um, that's not fun. And if that doesn't correct your behavior, then I don't know what else will. He completed the remedial training.
I don't know what like workforce this guy's talking about, but like training, usually like training nowadays is like OJT, on the job training. Like like you show up and you go to work, like the only place that you're gonna get any sort of like entity training is like military or like government. Like you're not gonna show up to Bob's plumbing company and he's gonna put you through like a 4 week training course. No. You're gonna be out there digging holes, getting tools. Like you're going to be working with, he's going to put you with a very experienced plumber, and he's going to be like, "Hey, give me a crescent wrench, give me a pipe wrench, give me a shovel, give me a spade, give me post hole diggers." You're like, "I don't know what post hole diggers are. I don't know what a pipe wrench is." And he's going to talk crap, and like you either quit or you learn. Like,
Which was how to dig, what's expected, how to do it. You physically do it with somebody and see what's up. So after the remedial training was done, he came back and the inspectors were still like, "No, he's not good. This is laziness. We're not working with him." And here's the thing: helpers are assigned to inspectors, and like the inspector doesn't make money if the helper isn't helping. So the this whole process is designed to be a team, and the helpers need to help the inspectors, and likewise the inspectors have to help the helpers as well. So for them to just kibosh him was no good. Now, um, he finally made it onto my truck, and here's where you know Everything else is all he said, she said. Okay. Whenever you get onto my truck, it's me directly observing what you do and how you work. And here's the deal: like I'm walking up a hill now, and I'm getting short of breath. So, number one, I weigh 130 something pounds. Me being able to dig is not the easiest thing in the world because I don't have the weight to push the shovel in the ground whenever it's harder soil. Also breaking roots and stuff like that. And also,
Guys, you cut the roots with a fucking sawzall. Like I've done this shit. You cut the roots with a sawzall. If you don't have a sawzall big enough to cut the fucking roots, then you get a fucking chainsaw. Or you have an excavator. Like one of the two. It's like excavator. Usually an excavator will dig through the roots. If you don't want to dig around the roots because there's like a gas line, a water line, whatever is around there, and you don't want to dig with the excavator, that's fine. Yeah, you dig with a shovel. Yeah, you could dig with a shovel. But when you get to the roots, you don't try to break through the roots with a shovel. You just cut the roots with a sawzall. And if the roots are like so big, like literally, I could literally cut through a root this big with a sawzall. But if the roots are so big, you cut them with a chainsaw.
like just 37% lung capacity, like that's going to slow me down. I'm not going to be the fastest guy. So literally you have to
37% lung capacity. Like holy shit, we got some real statistics going on here. I'm not hating on this guy. Just
outwork the guy that's the slowest guy. Like that's not a standard that's difficult to keep up. Now, we showed up to the job and he got off the truck. And he got off the truck without a tool. Then what the fuck are you going to do? Like when you get off the truck, grab a tool so that you can start doing your job. A probe, a shovel, a cap remover, something. Have something in your hand to show that you're going to do work. He didn't. Next thing is I located the tank. Not a problem. I found it, and both of us were like, "Ah, crap, man, this thing's..."
it's probably a septic tank. Sounds like he's doing some kind of plumbing because he's trying to cut through roots. He's trying to find the tank. Usually customers don't know where their tank is. We're on the same path here, but the whole like getting out of the truck with a tool, especially when the guy doesn't know what to do, when the guy doesn't know what he has to do. If he gets out with like a screwdriver, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck you got a screwdriver for?" So just let the guy learn. Like, how are you gonna talk shit? I am not a fan of talking shit to some dude who doesn't know what he's doing. Talk shit to some guy who does know. Talk shit to some guy who does know what he's doing. Don't talk shit to some guy who doesn't know what he's doing.
It's like 3 feet deep. All right, so we go and get the shovels. I located the tank. Not a problem. I found it, and both of us were like, "Ah, crap, man, this thing's like 3 feet deep." All right, so we go and get the shovels. We start digging.
3 feet is not even that deep. I literally.
All right, so we go and get the shovels. We start digging. He's taking a break. He's complaining because it's hot. I'm like, dude, it's 68 degrees here. So it's not hot. I'm wearing a t-shirt and my collared work shirt, same as him. And he's wanting to take his shirt off, which is unprofessional at a customer's house. And he's just complaining that he's hot. I was like, go to the truck, get some water. There's always water on the truck. Like, what is your issue? Like, we're doing the same job. This is your job. And so I told him he's going to have to pick up the pace, and he kept taking breaks. It's a 3-foot hole, and like 10 breaks. I wasn't counting, but it was a lot of breaks. And I was just like, this is not working. So I get my hole done, and I
look, if they are digging a septic tank, which I think they are, I think they're digging a septic tank, it's a sewer tank in your yard where your sewer drains to, essentially, and the water floats out of the top into your drain lines. So I think that I think they're locating a septic tank, and there's usually a lid there's like a little lid on the top. And normally you have a probe where you push in the ground and you try to find the tank. And typically they are within 3 feet. Yeah, typically they are within 18 inches, 3 feet. Yeah, yeah. But sometimes they're kind of sometimes they're kind of deep. But what I was gonna say was he's like complaining about this guy. Like, once you find the tank, that doesn't mean that you found the lid. That's the point I was trying to make, was that once you find the tank, you have to find the lid. And the tanks are kind of big, like 10 feet long, couple feet wide, like, and the lids are only like, usually there's two lids. Usually there's two lids on a septic tank. And like I said, they didn't have risers. They didn't have risers. So nowadays, if we were to go out to, I don't do plumbing anymore, but if you go out to someone's house and they have a septic tank and you got to dig for this shit, we're going to be like, can we put in some risers for you? Because a riser, essentially, once you dig all that shit up, you put like it's not a spacer, it's just, it's a square or whatever to keep the dirt off of that lid, and you come all the way up to grade, and then you put the dirt around the lid. So they're digging up a septic tank that's not visibly you get it.
Over at him, and he's barely at the 2 foot mark, like barely there. So I go to the truck, I get all the hoses, I set it up, I pump the tank out myself. Dragging hoses is distinctly the helper's job. Running the pump is the inspector's.
What do you say? Dragging hoses is the help? What do you say?
Truck, I get all the hoses, I set it up, I pump the tank out myself. Dragging hoses is distinctly the helper's job. Running the pump is the inspector's job. So
you push a lever, dude. You push a fucking lever.
That's a problem there. And I get the tank emptied except for what's on his side of the baffle wall, and he's still digging like he's being just lazy. So I kick him out of the hole.
You can literally get the whole tank from one lid. You don't have to dig up both lids. Like, well, unless it's divided. Some tanks are divided. I'll stop there.
Tell him, go do something else, And I dig the rest of the hole, which was not easy at all. And I remove the lid, and I pump out that side of the tank. Now, each of our hoses is 20 feet long. This pump was about 140 feet, which means that it's going to be about 7 hoses.
The pump was about 140 feet? I swear he said that. He said the pump was 140 feet. I'll play it.
The tank. Now, each of our hoses is 20 feet long. This pump was about 140 feet.
It's right there. This pump was about 140 feet.
Which means that it's going to be about 7 hoses.
Oh, he means like the length of the pump. Yeah, from the tank to the truck. Yeah.
I put up 5 of those hoses in the time that he put up 2 of those hoses. So
why is he competing with this guy? Damn, I thought this guy got fired. I thought he got fired from this job, but it sounds like he is firing this kid, which I feel bad. Like, I don't feel bad for this guy. This seems like he kind of knows what he's talking about. But the kid, dude, give him a fucking break, dude. Just teach him. Just fucking teach him, dude. He might not have a fucking dad. Just fucking show him, man.
So there's like, that's your effort problem. Whenever
I did 5 hoses and you did 2. I did 5 hoses and bro, they're 2 snap-on fucking clamps, bro. They're two snap-on clamps. That's all you do. That's all you do. And sometimes they can be a bitch. Yeah. Sometimes those clamps can be a bitch. God dang, dude.
Two of those hoses. So there's like, that's your effort problem. Whenever I pick up hoses, I pick up 2 hoses at a time and I drag them. He is twice my size, more than twice my lung capacity, and is not even showing the general initiative to do more than 1 hose at a time, which is completely unacceptable. So we get back in the truck and I'm like, hey, you know, is anything going on? You got an injury or something? Is there a reason that you were moving so slow? And he said, man, like, that was hard, you know, like I was trying. The thing is he barely broke a sweat, okay? And say what you want, I'm covered in sweat. And if the boss is sweating, you better be sweating too, or you better be like making it look easy. And that's the reason you're not sweating. Well, he wasn't making it look easy. So I don't know, like, what do you want me to do at that point? The inspectors at the company have said that you're trash and that they don't want to work with you. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, you know, like that's what's up. The office girls talked to him and they said, hey, you know, there's nothing happening in his life. There's nothing we can help him with. So yeah, he's fired on the spot. And there's a couple of takeaways that I think general people just need to know. Number one, don't let the boss outwork you. I've not always been a boss. I have, like, I installed cable.
He's not a boss. He's a foreman. He's a foreman. He's not a boss. The real boss will tell him that he's a boss. But he's not a boss. He's a foreman.
I worked at Blockbuster. I've worked at 100 jobs, right?
Did he really just mention Blockbuster? And I've worked 100 jobs? I have zero tolerance for this guy anymore, but we have to finish this. There's 2 minutes left. We have to finish this.
And don't let the boss outwork you. Like, that needs...
With 37% lung capacity. I didn't say it. You said it. You said it.
to be your goal is to be working harder than the boss. The other thing is everybody at this company gets told, hey, don't let that guy outwork you. Like, that's ground one. And the other side of this is whenever you get called out for not working, own it and just say you're going to improve, and then try your best to improve. Ask for help. Don't complain about the help that you're given. Don't complain that you're sent back to remedial training. Embrace that as an opportunity to improve yourself, to get better at your job, to learn something that you missed the first time through. Some people are not worth my time or anybody's time. McDonald's.
Damn, bro. Some people are not worth his time. Is that what he said? Is that what he said? 8:25. Let's go to 8:20. 8:22.
Not worth my time.
Oh, he said it. He said it. He said it.
Not worth.
Oh, damn.
To learn something that you missed the first time through. Some people are not worth my time.
Damn. 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 That's big. I gotta play that again. Some people are not worth my time. That's pretty deep, dude. That's pretty deep. I don't like this guy at all. If you haven't picked that up yet. I do not like this guy at all.
Better at your job. To learn something that you missed the first time through. Some people are not worth my time.
Because I'm a fucking bazillionaire and I got Lamborghinis to fix, and some people, like, I just can't be around. But actually, guys, at the end of the day, I'm just a fucking plumber and I'm pumping tanks. That's what you're fucking doing. I'm fucking pumping tanks. So this guy should have all the hoses unloaded by the time the truck is parked, and you should already have the tank located by the time I've talked to the customer, and you should already have the hose dug up by the time I'm turning the pump on. Like, bro, you're talking like the shit that I've done before, and you should just talk to the kid, man. You should know shit. This is a new guy. This is a new guy. And you think that your secretary is going to ask the guy if he has any medical, family, financial problems going on? He's going to tell him? Dude, like, you're actually just posting this video like for some clout. I'd be surprised what the comments say, and I'll look at them after this video. But
or anybody's time. McDonald's fires people every day that can't flip burgers fast enough. There are people in this world that just work slow, and cannot do this type of work. This job is not for everybody, and I don't need him if he's going to slow us down. And somebody jumped in my comments and was like, "Oh, well, you only care about your employees if they, overwork themselves and all that." Well, here is the thing. This is caring about my employees. I need to have productive employees that create profit for the company so that I can pay my inspectors the good amount of money, so that I have the training money to promote helpers up to inspectors. So that, this, like, when one guy doesn't pull his weight, it dredges the entire company down, because now
one guy, dude, get the fuck out of here. We're almost done. 20 seconds. I can't handle 20 more seconds of this guy.
inspector who's paid on commission doesn't make the money that he's supposed to make.
Let me rewind it so we get his whole fucking sentence.
It dredges the entire company down, because now the inspector who's paid on commission doesn't make the money that he's supposed to make. So this guy is just a waste, and he needs to go away. He needs to find another job. Maybe there's a job out there for him, but it's probably not a manual labor job.
I've said everything that I need to say in this video.